Today, we're talking about the actual most underrated Dragon Ball Z movie of all time.
Nano, that's usually we do a little hyperbole, a little eye catcher, something for the audio listeners too, just something to get people on board.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, this is actually real. There is no hyperbole. There is no clickbait.
So obviously, I know that people are going to jump the gun. Everyone has that, we kind of had this discussion. I don't want to put you on blast a little bit.
Go ahead.
We had this discussion in relation to Sonic.
Really?
Just the other day in the car.
What's that?
We'll come back to that in a second.
Okay.
But I feel like everyone has that movie that they feel like is underrated in the Dragon Ball Z sagas of films. And when I think of them, I think of the original 13. I don't really think of the bonus Battle of Gods and Resurrection F movies.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I don't even count those as Z movies.
Yeah, I only count those as Z movies because that's where the mobile games fall them. So they make me count them as that.
Yes.
But realistically, those are like more super arcs. Can they go Gods? It's more like DBS. Anyways, when you look at the overarching 13 Dragon Ball Z movies, what are the most popular ones? When you think of most popular Z film, which one comes to mind?
Broly.
Easily. Same. I'm
Okay.
on page. Behind Broly, what would you say?
Let me ask this, and then I'll immediately give my answer depending on your answer. Does Bardock Special count as a movie?
No.
Cooler.
Really?
Which one are you going for?
Fusion Reborn. Gogeta is just I feel like Gogeta is on another popularity level than, even if they've not watched all of Fusion Reborn, which sometimes when you talk to people, they definitely haven't. Gogeta and those 2 minutes of Gogeta doing his Gogeta ass thing.
That is true.
It's probably actually the most popular thing, maybe even over Broly.
I'll give you that. What are you, so number three?
Number 3 would be cool.
Okay.
Yeah. I think some people might say, I can't think of the name of it. Wrath of the Dragon. Because of the Dragon Fist, but I would say Cooler. Cooler got 2 movies, man.
Cooler, yes. If Broly got 3, Cooler got 2.
Yes.
I think if you're literally following the money,
Yeah.
it's Broly. And then I'm not against Gogeta because Gogeta, if you follow the money, Gogeta figures, Gogeta.
Yeah.
But just speaking personally, I almost don't even count Gogeta as a movie character. I know he literally is.
Yeah, but
he's literally Goku and Vegeta fused.
Fast.
So
it's so fast, and that too. But I would say beyond those, because I want to say and yap forever. Beyond those, everything else just kind of falls into line. You can probably put it
movie.
You can probably put it whatever.
It's a movie. Whichever one you watched as a kid is going to be higher than the other ones.
Yes, but then there's World's Strongest. I think Dead Zone. Obviously, Garlic Jr. gets infinitely more popularity. He had a filler arc in the Z.
Yes. Oh yeah. Okay.
We knew
you're saying over Wheelo.
Yes.
Okay. Yes.
I'm saying over Wheelo. So I think when you look at the World's Strongest, because yes, we're talking about Dragon Ball Z, the World's Strongest today.
There's a very real chance, just to add to your point, that people go, "Oh, I've heard of the World's Strongest." You say Wheelo, and they're like, "Never heard of Wheelo."
Exactly?
Is he the villain in this?
And even then, for a second, I was like, "Wait, is Wheelo the guy with the cane?"
Yeah.
When we first, I was like, "Is that Wheelo?" Because I couldn't remember the exact time. I thought maybe that was Wheelo's embodiment outside of that robot thing.
He's carried by the game.
Yes.
The only game BT3 is where that's literally the only reason I knew of him.
Dokkan just got the card for Wheelo a year ago, less than a year ago. That game's almost 10 years old.
I know. I can't believe it. It only took 9 to get to Wheelo. You would think they want to get to him.
It took 6.
Was that a paid unit?
No, it was free.
Okay.
It was free.
I was going to say, they knew not to try that.
But
again, follow the money.
I think that, again, like you said, we just, maybe some very brazen things just kind of get a little bit of attention. But I actually do feel very firm in saying that this probably is the most underrated because it's probably one of the least viewed. I feel like Dead Zone you probably watch because you're first off, as we found out, it was used to just be called Dragon Ball Z, the movie,
which is crazy. And
so
I said this before, did not earn that title.
Hell no.
No shot. That's crazy. And honestly, when you said that reminded me of it. I gave it a 4, right?
We did look up. I want to give we don't give them their flowers enough, but shout out to Key Moments rankings. Whoever, by the way, they're at 59 posts right now. They're at 5.9.
Goku. We literally, we gave him sunflowers on that one podcast.
I wanted to give you an opportunity to flex your Japanese a little bit.
Okay.
Just said 5.9. I just wanted to.
Oh, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. So Go would actually be Ko with Dokuten, I think it's called. So that's a marking. And we've talked about this a lot on the podcast. So if you give a K, a Dokuten, a marking, it turns into a G. So Ko becomes Go. And Ku becomes Gu.
Totally did that. You know, like when you do that shit in the middle of a conversation, you really don't know what they mean, but you just want to kind of like sound like you did.
That's crazy, man. We should record like, just in case any of us like really don't want to fucking respond to something, we should record like some stuff for Toasty to throw in. Like, that's crazy, man. No way. And then just every now and then we could look to Toasty and be like, I don't want to dignify that with an answer. That's what podcast hosts that hate each other would probably do. It's like, that's crazy, man. Anyway, I do want to bring up one thing about Wheelo just because it goes with what you're saying about this guy being a nobody. But literally, I have the very strong memory. This is why I remember Wheelo is a Dragon Ball character.
I want to do something so bad. Go ahead.
Okay. Is it like right now?
No. You can finish your thought.
I have very strong memory. I was playing Budokai Tenkaichi 3 with my friend who was older and knew more about Dragon Ball than me. And I said, hey, man, who's this Wheelo guy? He said, no idea. That was the only character that he did not know where it was from. Like at all. Not even from a movie. He said, I have no idea. Red Ribbon Army?
Yeah, I think because let's just, all right, for just say not an experiment, but just like I don't know, just some funsies here. Let's just go through it. So you start with Dead Zone, Garlic Jr.
Okay.
You got an anime arc.
Yeah.
Easily well known.
Sure.
We're going to skip World Strongest. You get to movie 3, Tree of Might. Turles.
Easy.
It's literally, it looks like Goku, bad, evil. He's original Goku Black. Movie number 4 is an interesting one, though. Slug.
I mean, that one tells you who it is. I would say Slug himself isn't that popular, but you probably know. You probably know him.
And he's a Namekian.
He's a Namekian, so that gives him standout points.
Few of them. 5 is cooler, so 6 is cooler.
I forget they do it back to back. That's how you know they were like, wait.
We start gold.
I was like, they've put in the most minimal amount of effort, and they went, wait, that means money? Yeah. No way.
People, dude, they've got to revisit cooler.
Well, I say minimal amount of effort. What I mean by that is the minimal amount of marketing to Dragon Ball fans.
Yes. Yeah. Then you get to 7. That's Android 13.
Yeah. I
feel like, and I don't know much about Abridged, and I don't even want to act like I do. I only know like a few lines that are funny and have went viral, so they ended up, like someone shared them to me.
What line are you talking about?
Specifically, I am the hype. Like,
oh, okay.
You know, and I had a couple friends that watched Abridged and would say shit, and that was one of the things one of them said.
That one was a pretty popular special for them, I think.
But what I was getting to is that I think Android 13. Let's look up. I'm curious. Android 13 their Android 13 probably helped popularize that character even more. Is that a bold statement? I feel like that special specifically has a lot of
younger
views.
Dragon Ball fans, probably.
How many views do you think that has?
3 million.
3 million?
I'm going to guess 3 million, honestly.
I'm going to guess like 20.
Oh, you thought I was too low.
Yeah. I'm going to guess 20 million. Let's see.
How much? This is going to shock me, isn't it? Because it was, I think, their most popular thing. No way.
I was overshooting that like crazy, and it's more than what I said. Dragon Ball's popular as hell, Donald. Look at that.
24
million views, Donald.
Is wild. Okay, so the answer is no. Yes, you were correct. It definitely helped pop. I wouldn't be surprised if that has more views than Super 13.
Oh, let's calm down.
24 million? I know that multiple people can view it multiple times, but
dude, you're talking about a multi-billion-dollar.
If they uploaded the goddamn movie, if they uploaded the movie on YouTube, it's not doing 3 million.
Maybe not now, but over the years with how popular.
No, not 24 million.
That is a lot of views.
24 million is a lot of fucking views. That is not the movie. If you upload it for free, no advertising, and you included a hidden sneak peek of the next Dragon Ball anime, is not doing 24 fucking million views. You put Android 13 movie right now with a 5-minute sneak preview, never before seen Daima footage, 2 million views max. Originally.
Okay.
No way in hell.
Anyways, let's move on. But Super Android 13, people know of him to some extent, whether it's blue form or is just standard Android 13 form. I feel like people know him. Yes. And also he's in most of the games.
I want to interview them and talk about that now.
That's it. That's interesting.
I want to talk to them just to see if they knew it was going to do that much. Can you click on their channel, go to most popular?
I really thought I thought I was overshooting. Like
I thought
I won't lie. You want to know the number I really thought? 10 million. I thought 10 million.
When I said 3 million, I meant that with all due respect. I thought 3 million was insane. I've never done 3 million views.
All right, Doto, let's see.
And I'm not saying I'm even remotely on the same thing. Or is it not the most popular?
No.
What's the most popular?
What the bro? Holy shit, Abridged is huge. I'm not kidding when I tell you guys, like, I'm so uncultured on Abridged. I know nothing about Abridged.
I don't either. So maybe this is our biggest blind spot.
What do you think is the most popular movie? And what do you think, how many views do you think it has?
It's a movie Abridged?
It's shit. It is a movie.
Is it BoJack?
No.
Where is...
It confirmed what we just said.
Cooler?
No.
Broly?
Yes.
Okay.
How many views do you think it has? Because it has substantially more.
36 million?
How the fuck? You saw that recently.
No, I guessed. I literally guessed. guessed.
The Dragon Ball Z Abridged movie for Broly on TeamFourStar right now has 36 million views.
And then episode 1 has 33. So this is,
By the way, they are backing what we just said. Broly sells, dude. He's a big ass Saiyan that goes to a special Super Saiyan,
well, never mind. Now I don't want to interview them about the Android 13 because it's probably not as special to them as I thought it was. I thought it was like a really big thing, but it's actually...
So let's talk about it. I'm not trying to put TFS on blast right now or the Abridged series on blast, but this is interesting. Episode 1,
on
which
blast. That usually implies negative. We're about to glaze.
Yeah, I guess glaze. Yeah. Or just like go so deep into it. But I find this so interesting. I've never done this before. Anyways, episode 1, which is just a thumbnail of Goku and Raditz, has 33 million views. Bridge is huge.
Yeah, I can see that one because it's like the first episode of a thing that became very popular. So everybody goes back to watch the first one.
Episode 30, which is Super Saiyan Goku, has 28 million. And then episode 28, which is like the iconic Goku Frieza looking at each other.
It's their first time meeting, probably.
Has 26 million. And then
Super 13.
Dude, this is okay. So mine is Super 13, but I think Super 13 is because of how viral and just they're good.
Yes.
Because I've seen clips of that.
I want to ask them. I want to know their opinion on if they think, well, the thing is they would never admit it. I want to know if they think they cooked on it or if they think the Super 13, because I know they're always like, no, the official series is very cool and all, but I want to know, there's no way if I sat them down in a room and I said cooler or Super 13, if you guys abridge it, which one do you think is going to do better? They would have said probably Super 13. No way. No. They just cooked. They just cooked.
But I do think we can move past this after this. I think it's very interesting that you and I said Broly, Gogeta, and Cooler. And of those three, Broly and Cooler are in their top 6 videos.
They never did Gogeta, did they? Or
I don't think they made it. No, because damn, dude, Return of Cooler even has 21 million views.
We're very ignorant on this side of the.
We really are. This is just not something I paid attention to. I don't know.
I would check in occasionally, but I really mean it when I said I only watched out of respect for what they were doing.
Like the craft.
Like almost, yes, pretty much the craft.
Yeah.
Like you don't have to
because they reanimate stuff, right?
I'm about to glaze like crazy. You don't have to like basketball to be like Michael Jordan. That's interesting. Or like Tiger Woods. That's cool. They are undoubtedly the top of the abridged game, and they were in Dragon Ball. So every time they would do a big thing, I would step in and go,
"Yep,
top of the game."
Yep. But I didn't even do that. I won't lie.
Yeah. I mean, you don't have to.
I don't know, man. It's so that's so interesting. I love that their viewership though did confirm what we just said about the movies, and so most people that are listening to the pod or watching this right now are like, no, it's definitely this, and like I'm not saying like this is a definitive thing, but it is just interesting that it aligned with what we considered probably the most popular of the movies as well.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just common sense.
Anyways, moving past Super 13 because we both agree. Like I feel like a lot of people know about him. It's Broly and Broly back to back again. We had back to backs. No, it's not. No, it's not. Movie 8 is Broly, and we don't even need to talk about him. He's easily the most popular, I think, of the movie villains. Movie 9 is BoJack.
That's okay.
I feel like most people know about BoJack.
Yeah.
I think if anything, that movie sold and made more people watch, if not just for the scene on YouTube, to see Gohan go SSJ2 again.
That's pretty much all it was.
You know what I mean? I think people wanted to see that.
Although
there's a
great opening. Great opening.
I don't remember the opening. What the things that really I remember are Gohan's punch and Trunks.
Yeah, and Trunks is fit. And then the opening.
10's Broly again. 11's Broly again. What is Bio Broly?
They were trying.
He's like best. Infamous. That Bio Broly's infamous.
They were trying their best, and I'm sure Bio Broly is more well known and did better than
World's Strongest,
and probably Dead Zone too. But that's
neither
here nor there.
Anyways, then 12 is Janemba. Most people know Janemba.
Yeah,
Gogeta. I think it's just design and Gogeta, and then 13 might be an interesting one. I think 13's more known for his Dragon Fist than it is his Hirudegan.
No, I don't think Hirudegan has done anything.
You know what I mean? Like, dude, I think I could say Hirudegan to a more generalized Dragon Ball fan, and they're like, who?
Yeah, they don't. They probably wouldn't remember.
You know,
is what I would guess.
But maybe not.
If they really liked Super Saiyan 3, they would maybe remember Hirudegan. But every time, again, this is another story from childhood, so this is just an anecdote. But literally, movie 13 was Dragon Fist, Super Saiyan 3, and oh, that one guy that looked like Link with the ocarina, that's cool. That's all it was.
You don't think they remember Tapion?
No, I know they didn't. I'm literally saying bar for bar. Tapion was always described as the dude with the ocarina and the sword.
Got it. Okay.
And it is cool. Those were the parts you remember about him.
What's Tapion's brother's name?
Chrono Trigger?
It's Minosha.
Oh, yeah. Dokkan player buff.
You could get me. It is. You could definitely get me though with the person that is like there before Hirudegan gets there. I can't think of their name.
I don't even remember the plot. I know it's like sealed in one of their bodies.
Yeah.
And then you play the flute and it calms them down or something. I don't.
Yeah, something like that. Anyways, I haven't seen that movie in a long
time.
Dragon
Fist, kill him.
Yeah. I haven't seen that movie in a long time either. So, anywho, but I guess we don't have to go back to the Sonic thing now at this point. That's unfortunate.
Well, I just think it's awesome because in the world's strongest, the most underrated, we're at 20 minutes in and we talked about TeamFourStar and Broly and Cooler. I think it goes to prove our point that you don't think. I literally forgot his name for a second. Dr. Wheelo.
Yeah. Sorry. The whole point was just to prove that I don't think most people go to this movie. And I think now that we've seen it, which by the way, I would recommend the reaction. I think the reaction is absolutely incredible.
Which you can see here on YouTube by becoming a member for a slightly higher price or going over to the Patreon where you can see our reaction. There was a Krillin hatred moment in there, but we'll let that slide because I think when it just comes to, part of the problem, unironically, is every movie, at least early, is villain. I mean, honestly, I'm not even going to say early. Most movies, villain, henchman.
Yes.
These are by far the hardest to remember names of henchmen out of any movie I've ever seen. Bless you. What's crazy is I literally, when they popped up, I was like, here comes the henchman. And every movie, I forget the stupid henchman name, I'm going to remember. My whole goal of the scene was remember the name.
I can't tell you.
And then it was like,
hang on, yes, I can.
Kinkuzen, Zambazabazen, and Shimazazen. And I was like, I'm done. I'm cooked. I don't remember either of them.
It's Kishimi, Ebifura, Miso Katsun.
Kishimi, Ebisura, Miso Katsun.
It's an F, Ebifura.
Ebifura?
You can look at them here. Let's see if Dada pronounces them any differently when he can actually read them. Instead of me just saying them to him.
Kishime, Ebifura,
Kishime.
Misokatsun. That would be way. By the way, those are all just their Japanese names for sure because those were all just their noise. Like I don't even know what you call that.
We're not gonna change these at all.
They were like, they got it.
Yep.
I did not. I did not have it.
This is one of the longer movies as well. This was 60 minutes.
I thought it was pretty good.
No, I liked it a lot. So it did have we're on record talking about this multiple times. Whereas a lot of the Dragon Ball Z of the 13 movies, they all have a very similar feel to them, right?
Yeah.
Like they all kind of have. But this one, am I crazy for saying this one kind of like broke that formula that I'm used to just a little bit?
In what sense?
Like instead of, I don't know. To me, a lot of the movies are very much so in this realm of there will be like some action because they know that they have to like include a little bit of action in the beginning. But a lot of the times it's not related to the villain. It's like a world tournament or a sparring match or
That's true.
Or there's just no action because they really are going to put it all towards the end. Whereas this was like an immediate start in the end game area. He calls for Shinron. He brings the base back. We fight some henchmen.
Get jumped by henchmen.
Gohan.
It made me laugh because it was just.
I don't know. Like, so I don't. Maybe I'm correct. Maybe I'm just crazy since you're not agreeing with this. But I felt like the pacing or the storyboarding of this was just like a little bit different.
I won't say it felt to me a little more cinematic because we got this sweeping landscape shot. Because I don't remember Dead Zone too well. I'm not even going to blame myself. I don't remember how it opens, but I do remember that eventually Gohan gets shot. But who was Piccolo fighting at the beginning? That's what I don't remember.
The Cybermen looking beings.
Okay, so those were working for the guy.
Well, those pop out, and then that's when we get introduced. No. We don't get introduced to the henchmen until Roshi shows up.
Oh, no, not in this movie. I was saying Dead Zone.
Oh, shit. It's just him fighting those henchmen at the beginning.
I think
Garlic Jr.
I think I'd agree with that because in BoJack, it's the tournament, so it's not really the action. So I agree with that. I think that's very cool. What was different to me was the cast of characters at the beginning were very different. It was Piccolo in the snow, but he's just kind of there. And then Oolong and Gohan.
Yes. With flashbacks showing Oolong stealing I thought that was like a nice touch of like.
Yeah, it was a good way to.
He stole Bulma's Dragon Radar.
I don't have any problems with them including Oolong, honestly. Usually, if they did a character like that, I'd be like, okay. But this one made sense. He snuck Gohan out. He needed some help. Wanted to steal the dragons, get a free wish. And because somebody stolen it. Turns out it was Dr. Wheelo's personal shoe shiner.
Personal glazer.
He was all over him.
He was.
You want to talk about doing spins on it.
This guy
took his brain out of his body just so he could keep doing tricks on it.
That's crazy.
So the one thing the movie didn't clear up is eventually we find out these guys were trapped in ice together, but Bro somehow got out. There's some stuff that we won't reveal about Bro just yet.
But yeah, it's not like. Yeah,
but Bro got out of ice.
There felt like that if you thought about that portion too hard, definitely you're like, huh? A little loophole.
Maybe if they made that guy a little stronger, like you could be like, oh, he something. Or
when you say that guy, you're talking about Dr. Cochin.
Dr. Cochin. They did great on the introductions for the characters in this one, though. Nothing too forced. It all made sense.
Yeah. He didn't like come up and try to shake your hand and say, I'm Dr. Cochin.
He gets a successful dragon summon really early in the movie.
What are you talking about?
Like the Shenron summon.
Oh, the Shenron's within like ice. 3 minutes.
Yeah, it's quick. Thaw the ice, get it all out.
It's pre-intro.
Yeah, this is the cold open, literally, because they're in the tundra. But they thaw the ice, melts. That's when Gohan and Oolong run over and get jumped. Mostly Gohan. That shit was funny though. Immediate, and then Piccolo beats their ass. Mouth beam, good stuff.
Yep. And then they do the entrapment thing.
They were very clearly just Cybermen ripoffs, though.
I won't lie, I couldn't tell if it was Piccolo in actual like pain or if he was like charging up. And then it was like, oh, he's clearly.
I really thought the twist was going to be that he let them capture him. That seemed like a Piccolo move to me.
Yeah.
Mostly because the henchmen didn't seem that strong. Not the Cybermen, but the direct underlings, the 3 artificial beings.
Yes.
They didn't seem that strong. Like Goku took them all out. Or actually, no, it was because eventually the world's strongest shows up.
Roshi.
Master Roshi.
50 years ago.
Yeah, from 50 years ago, maybe he would have been the world's strongest, but he was handling him pretty well. Roshi fans, this must be their favorite movie.
They were eating good.
This is probably their only time they're going to eat good.
Multiple Kamehamehas from Roshi in this film.
Yeah.
Multiple fight sequences with Roshi in this film.
Yeah. Where he's actually like moving.
Yes.
And like doing stuff.
He was sick in this.
No buff Roshi though.
I really anticipated buff Roshi when he walks out of the Kami house because they capture Piccolo, Gohan and Oolong get out. Gohan has like some PTSD, which I won't lie, during the reaction I got up to like wash my hands because we got popcorn for this, right? We were like,
I mean, it's a special occasion. How often do you get to do a movie?
We had the, but anyways, Gohan's having this whole like PTSD moment and or he's dreaming and stuff like that. And they show up.
Oh.
They show up. The Cybermen show up at Kami House where Oolong is at, who caused a fire in Roshi's oven.
I totally forgot. I'm just going to take this brief period because you did go clean your hands. They did put in another Gohan song and dance imagination thing.
But it was so much shorter this time.
It was so much shorter. And the visuals were, I liked them more. Like they were all like Twitter GIFs I've seen before. So you can tell that people got something out of them.
Yeah.
Still a weird inclusion for the movies. I do not get why they're so obsessed with like Gohan screensavers.
Yeah, I don't.
But that's it. That's all I got to say on that. Because honestly, I did forget about them. So you can tell that I didn't forget about them in Dead Zone. They were very still much on my mind. This, I forgot.
And that's when they show up to get Roshi because the thing is the world's strongest. It's these Cybermen looking beings. And I really thought Roshi was going to go buff. I thought that was the moment where it was going to.
If not then, I mean, there was even more moments for him to go buff if they were saving it for a finale. Like he had chances. He had moments. Just not something he wanted to do.
So they take Bulma and they take Roshi back to their HQ. And that's where they test Roshi against these bioengineered warriors.
Good performance.
Yes.
Great performance, actually. Only until he gets tased is he really out of it.
100%. This is a movie that even if you like beams, there's hella beams in this too. There's lots of good choreography.
Yeah. Dead Zone had like one moment that I thought was really nice. And just one more compliment for Dead Zone. The Piccolo versus Goku in the movie stuff was good. It was cool.
It was.
That's all the compliments I've given to Dead Zone.
Dude, this movie easily has like 3 to 4 times more choreography.
Yes.
And also I don't know, you may not agree on this part, but I actually like the motive just almost a little more than I did with Garlic Jr.
Are you saying that because you don't like Kami?
Maybe.
Okay, well, let it slide. But I actually do agree with you either way.
Yeah, I don't know. Like the whole like my father was sealed away and Kami became the protector of the earth, and I don't know, dude. It didn't. I'm not saying this was like incredible by any means, but I liked the flow. I think. Anyways, pretty much all you really know about that though is that Roshi ends up losing. This is where we find out about the elastic guy.
Yeah, the Stretch, Mr. Stretch.
Which was actually pretty cool. It's like kind of different.
Which one was that? What was that guy's name?
Crap, dude. hell if I
brings
know.
the podcast to a screeching halt. Any movie podcast, the breaks are permanently listed on what the henchman's name were.
Oh, I got it right on my first click.
Really?
It's the Miso Katsune.
Nice.
Yeah. It's the Miso Katsune is the one who he has like the elastic belly and that is able to absorb the Kamehameha from Roshi and then reflect it back, which also was a sick ass moment for Roshi to flip out of the way.
He dodged it
but in like a really cool way.
Yes.
But really, ultimately Roshi loses and it's time for Goku to show up. And the thing, this movie basically is everything leading up to what we've seen at this point in the series.
Yeah, we're trying our best to watch these when it would make sense to watch them.
Yes.
And other than just Piccolo being here at all, this was one of the movies I probably would have actually liked as a kid because it features all the stuff from the thing. Like it could very well be real. It's not other than Piccolo. If they just took Piccolo out, this would have been so easy to just say it was like canon. You know, pretend for marketing.
When does Piccolo come back? It's not for
Namek.
I know it's on Namek, but I mean, it's not for like.
Oh, like way at the end of the movie when he comes back into frame. Is that what you mean?
No. I'm talking about in the series, like with where we're at in
like
the series.
wise?
Like we're probably how many episodes away from Piccolo being back?
A ton.
A ton, right?
A ton. Yeah, a pretty long while. Yeah, other than that, they feature everything from the Saiyan saga.
Spirit Bomb, Kamehameha,
Kaioken times 3.
Kaioken times 3, Power Pole, Nimbus.
Yes.
Like, so much stuff is here. We see Gohan in his OG Z fit,
actually.
And in his
Gi.
In his actual fit from when they fight the Saiyans. Like, and
he gets rage moments.
And he has a Piccolo cape. And he's the one with the power pole.
Yes, he delivers it.
Dude, like, this movie had everything to this point. You go watch this movie.
If this was called Dragon Ball Z the movie,
this earned it way more to me.
This would have earned it because they also didn't know this ever happened. This has a trio Kamehameha with Roshi, Goku, and Krillin.
Yes.
You would that is now it's not like a finale or even something that does that much,
but it's just cool as hell.
It is cool but that's something that would be in Dragon Ball Z the movie.
Yes, you're correct. Then Goku shows up, goes Kaioken, fights people. What I really want to get to, and I want to hear Dada talk about, is because obviously he gets to a struggling moment and he gets like encapsulated in ice.
Yes, Goku is fighting after using Kaioken to burst through that yellow guy's elasticity.
Yes, which was sick.
He deflates like a cartoon.
I screamed at that.
It was cool.
Also, I kind of wanted to go back and watch and just check. But what I was curious about is I'm pretty sure Sean, so we watched the dub version of this and the funny dub version, because I actually do have the ocean dub version.
Damn. We could have watched both.
So anyways, I do have the ocean dub version, but pretty positive Sean says Kaioken when he bursts through the guy. But then he does Kaioken 2 more times in this movie, and he says Kaioken instead.
Yeah.
But we both think we heard Kaioken when he did it the first time.
Unless we were both imagining it. But yes, I swear he said it.
Like, and I think the other thing, too, with this movie is that the pacing is really good.
Yeah.
There was no Gohan moment that really took me away. And, like, I know I'm a Kami hater, but he also did ruin some of the pacing of that movie.
Yes.
Like, at no point was I ever bored in this movie. Like, no. There was enough. Like, it wasn't just constant fighting. For whatever reason, people love to bring that up when finding complaints with DBS Broly. It wasn't so much that it got boring. It was enough break, and like the reason we're here was believable. I don't know, dude. I would really just vibed with most of this movie. The one thing I will say, if I were to take anything away from this film, is, again, this is one of those things that I guess you could like get onto me and us for choosing the dub with the English OST, but the English OST was pretty ass.
It was nothing.
I can you give this movie and you give it either like more modern or what they used for some of the future films, or dare I even say some actual music like Broly and cooler,
just something,
and you elevate this movie to even another level for me.
Yeah, that was probably the one disappointing part. There was one part where it threatened to do a little something.
I thought we were about to.
They were doing a little like. It was in the background, like it's just a little something. It was rising, and then it like capped out at like -7 dB. Never got higher, and then it was like, I'm actually gonna leave, guys. I have a thing I got to do. And it left. It ran through the woods. Shout out Goku. But yeah, no, the music was a non-factor.
So I wanted to get to the point where, you know, we kind of glossed over some fighting there, but it is what it is, because I wanted to get to the point to where Gohan shows up with someone else, Dada.
Krillin shows up, flips out of the shadows while Goku's encased in ice.
I started feeling
these
bad
are the two
for you,
heroes.
by the way.
Yeah, he doesn't.
Because did he have 3 fumbles in this? I can think of 2.
I don't think he got a single. For some reason, every character in every movie gets this. Well, actually, this was a bad performance for Piccolo too.
Yeah.
Piccolo fans were also kind of heated. But every character in every Dragon Ball movie, I guess because Krillin's in the weird middle where he's like around more often than some others. So they don't feel the need to give him anything special in movies. Like Roshi gets to have some cool moments because they're like, wouldn't that be cool? What are you busting out? He's over at that.
I gotta show you. I gotta see your reaction.
He's over at the forbidden closet. He's reaching in. This cannot be comfortable. Bro is on all fours, stretched over in the closet, bent diagonally, groaning in pain. Something fell. He's reaching. He's twisting. He's grabbed hold of something. I can hear it. Maybe not. He had to move something. It was something unrelated to what he's searching for. Another thing grabbed. It's 2 DVDs down on the ground. Cardboard box replacing them. And he's out of the predicament he was in. Closing the door. The evil's been sealed. He's on camera again. Those are the covers?
This does absolutely nothing for our audio listeners, but I wanted to do this because Dada, have you ever seen these?
No.
So what I'm sitting on right now, and I have, is the original Pioneer.
The world's strongest.
Now, Dada.
Wow, that is a interesting DVD cover art.
Look at the DVD. The DVD is so sick on these because Goku's on there, but like you have to let
he's
the
like
light.
Hollow. He's like barely there.
You have to let the light hit it right. And it's so freaking, I thought it was so cool.
I always think it's funny when they have one movie and they try to get all these different chapters out of it. Like you're getting a lot of content.
What in the, okay, so I'm reading the Tree of Might. So the pioneers that I do have are the Tree of Might and the World's Strongest. And on the back here, not rated, this is unrated, contains some violence and brief nudity. Parental discretion suggested.
We suggest it.
Brief nudity. What is happening in this? Dude, all right, hear this. Listen to this.
Go ahead.
English voice talent. Peter Calamus. Oh, dude, this is,
damn.
It is the Ocean dub. Ted Cole, Paul Dobson, Don Brown, Saffron Henderson, Terry Klassen. Like, I don't know any of these names. Dude, that's, a part of me wants to do like a, Are you a little intrigued on Ocean Dub? Just like a little?
Yeah, I'd like to hear how it sounds.
Let's see. Is this Peter as well? Did you see his name?
I was looking in the back. I didn't see any English credits. I just saw. Admittedly, I didn't scan it top to bottom, but I didn't see any.
Man, dude.
Is it on there at all? I was doing my fair share searching, but
yeah, I don't see it. They gave it over here, but they did not want to give it over here. Interesting. Anyways, I just want to see your reaction to these guys. I think these are such cool vintage. Yeah,
they're old.
Like little collectors. I don't know, man. I think these are really cool. Is there an ad or anything? Oh,
the chapter is what's crazy to me.
There's 20 chapters in an hour.
20 chapters. One of them is Gohan, the end of Wheelo, and then it's Gohan's credit. That's literally one line of dialogue. You should give credit to Gohan.
What if we popped this in and did a bonus little segment at the end of our reaction where we like react to just like Kaioken times 3 or something?
Okay. We could do
just
a little
see what he sounds like.
We could do a little segment.
Anyway, sorry. My bad. Sorry to detract.
A little extra on that. I don't remember what we were talking about.
We had just got to the point to where Gohan and Krillin showed up and Krillin was being disrespected, I believe 3 times in this one.
Yeah. So the first time they show up, they're here to save Goku. They don't do anything for Goku. They block a little ice attack, but after that, they're bodied and Goku breaks out of the ice with Kaioken. They actually freeze over almost to death.
Again, which was sick. The use of Kaioken in this movie was awesome.
It was great. Kaioken's always going to be sick. I'm just mad. Krillin literally did nothing. Gohan did a lot. Piccolo did some stuff. Was a major player in the movie, at least. Krillin was just there because he's a character from the show. And they just want a guy to move around, I guess.
Yeah. At this point, did you talk about Piccolo?
In what form? Like when he comes back?
Yes.
Okay, so eventually we defeat all the henchmen. They're gone.
Yeah, and Dotto thinks like, I remembered it clicked, and I looked at the camera. Me and the camera had a moment. It clicked. I remembered what would happen, but Dotto did not.
I thought I was still on the train of maybe Wheelo was going to break out. He'd be tough.
Piccolo would come out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere. And he was like, I was just pretending. But he was just full on brainwashed.
Yeah, he was brainwashed.
He was just another bad guy for Goku to spar with. I guess, I said Dead Zone had that. And that was cool. But when Piccolo's brainwashed, it's not as cool. Because he was still friendly with them.
Yeah,
he was just brainwashed.
I would say if there was a part of this movie I did not like, it's how much Gohan was trying to get Piccolo to be like, Piccolo!
He said Mr. Piccolo a lot.
Come on, man. But
the rage moment was cool afterwards. Because he was like, Wheelo, This is your fault. And he got Wheelo actually did prove that he is the smartest Dragon Ball Z villain. He is the only guy I've ever seen.
Oh, yeah.
Even though he is villainous, he did not care after this. But the little scientist guy, Dr. What was his name? Cochin. He was like, you're just a whiny little baby. Gohan had another rage moment. Everything broke. Will was like, hey, seriously, stop that. And then he said, oh, why would I stop? He's just a little baby. Dude, fucking stop. He's going to kill us. That is the only time I've ever heard that in Dragon Ball. And that was probably one of the better animated Gohan rage moments.
Yes.
And Gohan does a lot this film. He
actually does do a lot.
They are clearly working off of the Gohan that was mopping Vegeta. Because bro is doing everything. He's out here doing tricks. But the rage moment really just causes, one, the release of Dr. Wheelo.
Yep. We get to see him in his full robot form.
The breaking of their main computer system, I guess their power, because it frees Bulma.
Yes.
Unshackles Piccolo's mind.
Yep.
Kills brutally the Dr.
Cochin.
Which
reveals him as a bio-android thing.
Still think that the only reason they revealed him as a robot was because they brutally fucking killed him. Yeah. They brutally fucking... He's falling to his death, is zapped by electricity, becomes a robot and goes, uh-oh, and blows up. But then Wheelo's free, and he's giant and pretty tough. He's got like claw hands that open, shoot ki blast.
Yep. And this is where the power pole comes in play. Actually, this is the power pole and the, I keep wanting to say family, but the trio.
Yeah, they bust out the trio Kamehameha here. The Turtle Hermit teachings.
And again, doesn't do anything, but it's just too cool to not. Yeah. And then that's when we get the power pole and Goku uses the power pole to trip
him up.
Trip him up. And I don't know, proceed with some fighting, but ultimately...
Well, Piccolo blasts him a little from the top. Yeah, it doesn't do anything, though.
And that, too. And then this is when...
he gets bodied. He gets crushed on the ceiling.
This is when we get... Well, actually, we didn't talk about this. There was a beam clash earlier in the film.
I don't even remember from who.
But we got another beam clash here with Wheelo and Goku. And Goku goes Kaioken ×3 with the beam. I thought he was about to do 4 because he started losing. I thought he was about to do 4, but he just screams.
He doesn't even say 4. He just says, "You will not win," and
blasts his ass into space.
He was down worse than against Vegeta.
Yep.
Like he was more encapsulated. It was just at his hands.
Yes. It was so sick.
It was sick.
It was sick. And then Donald thinks that's the end of the movie.
I thought it was over.
It wasn't over. And the reason I knew is because of Dokkan super attacks, and the Dokkan super attacks are when Wheelo is in space and does that attack. That
was also a very cool visual.
Yes.
What I wanted to say is it would have been abrupt, but it seemed like how most Dragon Ball Z movie ends. So the more I think about it, this really should have been Dragon Ball Z the movie as the title.
Yes.
Because not only do we get everything, but we technically get another beam clash, although it's not beams. Because now that he's in space, he does that arrow scatter move.
Yeah. Which he has in BT3, I think.
It stops Goku. He was charging the spirit bomb. I don't know, actually.
I feel like he does. What else would he have?
I don't know. Just normal. I feel like
I didn't use Wheelo much.
Because I don't think anybody did. I don't think anybody did. I think Wheelo.
Like, who the hell is this guy in this
Wheelo's
game?
the character that you were like, let's do random select. Wheelo would come up and you go, I want to re-roll.
100%. Is he an OC?
Yeah, like who is this? But anyway, he stops. Goku was like, I know it's not over. Starts charging the spirit bomb. Wheelo attack stops him.
Which he didn't necessarily say that outright. And we were both like, is he doing a spirit bomb?
Yeah, he
because at this point, this movie really had so much. Like, is it really going to also have a spirit bomb?
Double hands up.
And I questioned if it was going to be an overhead spirit bomb.
That would have been wild for the first overhead spirit bomb.
Did you get that to World's Strongest?
But he's charging up, and just like Vegeta, he gets hit with this blast and kind of loses it a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
It falls out of his hand. He doesn't throw it. Gohan gets pissed.
Awesome.
Gohan gets pissed though. He flies to space. Piccolo's there with him too.
Yep.
And they just body him, right? Does he fire a blast and they like clash into it and hit it, or do they just hit him?
Yeah. I think they clash into like a.
I think they crack his brain shell. Like they
run into Piccolo does the mouth blast.
That was a sick shot because it was from like POV
shot. Yeah.
Of his.
Yes, the way they like.
Yeah, you were seeing Piccolo awesome. Mouth blast from the brain.
Right after that was another sick ass shot too.
So what I think you're talking about. Because Gohan comes in, cracks his glass.
And
Piccolo comes in, you see the mouth beam, boom, POV shot.
Yeah, sick.
And then they're the only two that went up. And then all you hear is, Krillin flips into frame.
Badass flips too.
Flips into frame. Wheelo fucking hits him away. What the fuck was the point of that? Like, actually, what the fuck was the point of that? That was so fun. If they just would have left him on the ground, Nano, you wouldn't have heard shit from me. I wouldn't have even brought it up. But he flips into frame just to get back in and go, ow. Awesome. Thanks. Glad he showed up. But, I mean, they don't really do anything more. Wheelo's just like, I'm blowing up the earth. fires a sick red beam down.
Goku's recovered.
Goku's recovered, throws a tiny, I mean, it's a spirit bomb, but it's like a hand spirit bomb, maybe slightly bigger, but pretty much the same size as the one against Vegeta. And this was sick. It's a giant red screen, kind of like when, I don't know if you watch Avatar, Aang like taking away the firebending from the firewall, like the tiny blue and a sea of red. The spirit bomb fights against it and then pierces through.
It was awesome.
It shows flashes of like all the different setting shots we've seen of the Earth. They do show like the standard shot of just drawn people sliding by. It could have been cooler.
That part could have been a little bit cooler, yeah.
But it passes by like all of them. It's like weirdly peaceful. Gohan's like, whoa. It's not peaceful for Wheelo though.
Hell no.
Because this shit hits him and he erupts into lightning and he's off. Vegeta got lucky. He was on Earth when he got sent up. So he only, and he still looked like he went to heaven. Wheelo though, got cooked.
Dunzo.
And that's the end of Wheelo. The movie ends on everybody cyberbullying Roshi.
So we do have some fun stuff here, a little bit. It's a movie. Let's talk about it. Timeline placement. Due to Goku's
everything.
Dogi.
Gi, probably. That's what we call it.
Yeah. Having a Kami mark on the breast and a Kaio mark on the back. This is an event from after the Battle of Vegeta, but before Goku's arrival on planet Namek. Gohan has a flashback to when Piccolo defended him from Nappa's attack.
That just pissed me off. Because he definitely does. Piccolo dies in the movie that Piccolo's in. I hate anime movies that do this, man. He's literally walking around talking. We saw him die. But maybe they were thinking because Piccolo hasn't been revived with the Dragon Balls. So maybe that's their timeline, is maybe he got brought back in this one.
Maybe.
That still angers me. I'm going to be honest.
All right, so let's talk about it. World's Strongest was originally released on VHS and Laserdisc in Japan.
I don't even know what a Laserdisc is.
That is crazy. I don't actually either. Hang on. Let's look it up.
He's looking up Laserdisc.
Laser.
I know what a VHS is, though.
I mean, yeah. Whoa, what the? Is that real? Doto.
If we're going to Google anything, we should Google World's Strongest Laserdisc. See if we can't get our hands on this. That is fucking huge. What you need all that space for World's Strongest for?
That is crazy. Doto, look at this.
It's just like a DVD, but way
bigger. It's like if a DVD was a vinyl.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
Isn't it crazy how far data's come? Like I can carry this around and it's got like, I don't know, 512 gigs on it.
So a VHS seems very much better than Laserdisc. It's compact at least.
I think this was us trying to head to the future though, right? To get the discs. And get off of.
I mean, it was a step.
I wonder if this offered like a menu, like a DVD. You know, because like a VHS, you just put it and it starts playing.
Yeah.
But I wonder if this.
Well, it's actually even menu. Like it literally starts playing from wherever the VHS is at.
Yeah, that's true too. Anyways. In 2006, Toei released The World's Strongest as part of the final Dragon Box DVD set.
I'm laughing because I've literally, imagine telling a kid today that to rewind something on the screen, you would have to take out the VHS, put your finger in and go. I just imagine a kid being like, what the fuck? Sorry, go ahead.
You just rewind it in the VHS.
Oh yeah, you could, but I always, I twisted it with my hand.
Yeah. I miss tactile things like that.
It was fun.
Yeah. Anyways, Toei Animation released The World's Strongest as part of the final Dragon Box DVD set, which included all 4 Dragon Ball films and 13 Dragon Ball Z films.
Huh?
These were presented in a new widescreen transfer from the original negatives with a 16:9 aspect ratio that was matted from the original 4:6 aspect ratio. This is that Dragon Box DVD set I showed you with that cool-ass Goku on the front. That's what this is.
I forgot about it.
Yeah, I sent it. Anyways, World's Strongest was released on May 26th of 98 to VHS and DVD by Pioneer in conjunction with Funimation. This is from 1998, Dotto.
That is crazy.
1998 right here.
I'm looking up Dragon Box movies. I got to see this again.
Wait, so DVDs existed in 98?
Is that so crazy?
Yes. That doesn't... Interesting. Anyways, the DVD included the original Japanese audio and the uncut version of the Ocean dub and was presented in an unmatted 4... Wait, this is 4:3.
Ooh.
That interests me, actually.
I remember the movie.
The movie also aired several times on Toonami in a slightly edited format. Pioneer re-released The World's Strongest in a box set alongside Dead Zone and Tree of Might on October 9th of 2001. Then Funimation would go on to acquire the DVD rights for the first 3 movies from Pioneer in 2004. And on November 14th of 2006, Funimation released The World's Strongest along with Dead Zone and The Tree of Might in a DVD box set entitled First Strike. The movie containing a brand new in-house dub with an original score done by Nathan Johnson and the original Japanese audio. I wonder if that's not what we just watched. I bet there's a better version. Funimation then re-released Dead Zone and The World's Strongest on DVD and Blu-ray on May 27, 2008 as part of their double feature line. The new set featured a brand new widescreen transfer from video post and transfer and a new audio mix for the English dub featuring the original Japanese score in addition to a replacement score done by Johnson. Oh, so that's what we just experienced. Yeah. You know what? I remember I bought a DVD in 2008, even though Blu-rays existed. And you know why? It's because of that still box, that still book they're in.
Oh,
because the Blu-rays were in just a basic ass like Blu-ray housing.
Yeah.
Which would you rather have for at least collector to be on the shelf? That in the still book or the just standard
it does
Blu-ray?
Look cool.
I promise almost done. Let me finish this now. Here we go. So Funimation then repackaged the double feature DVDs into 3 thin pack sets. I don't have these actually. The first of which was released on November 1st of 2011 and included Dead Zone, World's Strongest, Tree of Might, Lord Slug, Cooler's Revenge. These 3 sets were also released together in the Canada only Dragon Ball Z Complete Movie Collection featuring re-versioned artwork of Goten Trunks from Bio Broly on the cover. Funimation released The World's Strongest along with Dead Zone and The Tree of Might in its edited format as it aired on Toonami on August 13th of 2013 as part of the Dragon Ball Z Rock the Dragon Edition box set. What?
Never heard of that in my life. I'm Googling
that. And that would be the end of that. Interesting. Rock the Dragon box set.
I'm looking that up.
Is a thing. Whoa.
Oh, okay. It's like, it's just a 2-disc. It's just the 2 movies. I thought it was gonna have more.
Interesting. Redone music. It's episodes 1 through 53 and movie 3, and then movies 1 and 2. Running time is 1,480 minutes. Yeah, it includes episodes, Dotto. All the way to episode 53.
So it has the whole Saiyan saga.
And up to the Namek saga. That's interesting. Wait, what is this? Is this Kai?
I don't know. I have no idea what this is.
What? Okay, because
no, Kai wouldn't have that many episodes. So this is just normal. For sure.
But here's the thing. Episode 25 is Stop Vegeta Now. Episode 26 is The Battle Ends, and they're on Namek in episode 27. Episode 53 is Goku ... Super Saiyan.
Huh?
Yeah, what?
Maybe they cut out like the obvious filler episodes?
I don't know. That is so interesting. Interesting. Anyways, Dotto, what do we want to rate this movie?
Do we want to go at the same time?
I said we go at the same time. For reference, guys, we did give Dragon Ball Z the movie, or as some of you normies may call it, Dead Zone, a 4. We both gave it a 4.
Pretty respectful.
Honestly, I think we went easy on it, especially after seeing this movie. There's so many people so pissed off at it. I know there's a lot of people who are like Garlic Jr. and a lot of people don't like this.
I did not, bro. It was not good.
Give this movie another chance. I'm so serious.
I agree, and I'm ready to. I hope I'm not coming off as too favoritist here.
Damn it, dude.
No, I'm gonna grade it.
I have 2 numbers in my mind. I'm gonna go.
I know which one I'm going with.
All right, I'm gonna.
There's no going back.
Fuck, dude. Do I really want to do that though?
I feel like I'm gonna regret my choice too.
You know what though? Who cares? I'm gonna do it.
I'm a little worried about what you're gonna say, but I'm ready. I'm ready.
All right, on go.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, go.
7. 8. Wow, I was worried you'd say 8. I mean, it was good. Don't get me wrong. I was I had 7 in my heart. I was thinking 7 or 6 because I was like, 7 seems a little high. But the more I thought about it, I'm like, if this came on most of the way through the movie, I'm probably going to stop and watch it. And I enjoyed it. The action was good. They made good choices. The Kaiokens were bountiful.
I think the only slow portion of this film, and again, I think you need slow portions to some extent, right, to balance everything, is really after the title scene.
Yeah,
when you're at Goku's house with the Gohan bit. That's it.
Yeah.
Any other section of this movie you're watching, you're tapped in. It's the It is Dragon Ball Z as shit.
This should have been Dragon Ball Z the movie.
Dude,
if this was Dragon Ball Z the movie, if they waited longer to
8 is glazing it a bit. It is. It's probably more of a 7. But I wanted to give it an 8. So when I end up giving Tree Might like a 6.
A 5 is gonna be crazy.
It's gonna hurt a little bit.
But I have faith in Tree of Might. Honestly, before we started this, I was like Tree of Might, easy sweep.
Oh yeah,
a little worried.
I'm actually questioning if Tree Might's
a
going to
little
live up to this.
shaken up. A little shaken up.
I am. I'm generally.
It's not going to be free. It's not going to be free.
No, there's a real chance I give Tree Might a lower score than World's Strongest, and I can tell you I would have never thought that because I thought
I wouldn't have thought.
I really didn't have much. I didn't have many thoughts on this movie, but they were definitely lower thoughts.
Yes, I thought this was going to be trash.
I thought it was going to be ass.
I thought this was going to be a 4.
I thought this was going to be worse than Dead Zone.
I didn't think that. Dead Zone disappointed me a lot.
This might be one of those things, you know, when you like have no expectations or low expectations and you go in and it actually exceeds it. This shattered my expectations because I had such low expectations for this film.
Yeah. As soon as the Gohan scene ended and it wasn't 17 minutes, I was like, wow, things are looking up.
New director. I don't actually know, but
they got some new
I can
people
check that
for
really
sure.
fast. Hang on. Let me check that. I'm curious. Do you think it was the same director or new director?
No way it was the same director.
All right, so this was directed by Daisuke Nishio and written by Takao Koyama, I believe.
Okay.
So let's see who did Dead Zone. Same. Both the same.
They really ironed out their stuff on this one.
That's the thing too, right? Like you can learn.
Yeah.
Get better.
Yeah.
Interesting.
If these guys also did Broly, Cooler, and I mean, if they did Tree of Might, Tree of Might might turn out to be pretty good.
New writer and new director for Tree of Might. Interesting. I wonder if they ever come back.
You know, it's a little unfortunate because we're standing up for Dr. Wheelo.
Slug is written by the same guy. Let's see if Cooler's Revenge. Yep. Cooler's Revenge.
As what?
I believe
same guy as what? Cooler's
Revenge is written by
people are like, what the fuck? We do not care. As the guy after Wheelo and
okay, so the person that did Slug went on to do Cooler's Revenge and Wrath of the Dragon.
Okay.
That's interesting. Okay. And Tree of Might. Anyways. All right. Nada. I can hear it.
That's it. The sound, it's time to go.
I can hear it.
It's time to go. Oh, it really was time to go.
It really was.
And that was Nano's exit. That camera always goes first.
Yeah, it gets a little
And
hot.
now it's our exit. Thank you guys so much for watching. Check out our reaction over on the Patreon or the YouTube membership if you want to spend $3 extra. Here's the next movie reaction, whenever that may be. It's going to be pretty soon. The next one takes place in the same hypothetical time. So expect the movie soon. Bye.